spare for another jaw-dropping win in Dallas. Needless to say, the sports world was in awe. Packers Adams on win. Gameplay helped me.
Davante Adams was a hero, but way too soon.
7H Rob Demovsky Packers Adams on win. Gameplay helped me. Davante Adams, who was cleared from the concussion protocol on Saturday, said catching the game's first pass helped him exhale, which led him to get on the same page with Aaron Rodgers for the game-winning touchdown pass with 11 seconds to play. Rob Demovsky, ESPN staff writer. If fantasy football owners thought J.D. Nelson would slow down at age 32, they were wrong. After 14 touchdowns last season, Nelson has 6 through 5 games this season. He may not have as many big plays down the field, but in the red zone he's been as productive as ever. Share 8H.
We got a little banged up, but we'll be good. When asked if he was okay, he said, "We'll be fine." All coach Mike McCarthy said was that Nelson was being evaluated but wouldn't say what for. Aaron Rodgers shocks the sports world in last-minute win over Cowboys. Rodgers sealed a win for the Packers with under 2 minutes to spare for another jaw-dropping win in Dallas.
Rob Demovsky, ESPN staff writer. Davante Adams said Aaron Rodgers probably went to him on purpose on the first play of the game just so he could that exhale moment.
Adams on win. Gameplay helped me. 7H Rob Demovsky Packers Adams on win. Gameplay helped me. Davante Adams.
Rob Demovsky, ESPN staff writer. Davante Adams said he remembers everything about the hit and had no headaches this week. He knew the day after the hit that he had a chance to come back for this game.
11 seconds to play. Rob Demovsky, ESPN staff writer. If fantasy football owners thought J.D. Nelson would slow down at age 32, they were wrong. After 14 touchdowns last season, Nelson has 6 through 5 games this season. He may not have as many big plays down the field, but in the red zone he's been as productive as ever. Share 8H.
Rodgers lifts Packers over Cowboys 35-31 in another thriller. Aaron Rodgers threw a 12-yard touchdown pass to Davante Adams with 11 seconds remaining, lifting Green Bay over the Dallas Cowboys 35-31 Sunday in another thriller 9 months after the Packers' divisional playoff win on the same field. ESPN stats and information. Since 2014, Aaron Rodgers has 4 passing touchdowns in the final 30 seconds of regulation, which leads the NFL. Share 10H. Matt Bowen, ESPN staff writer, would expect Packers rookie RB Aaron Jones to cut into T.Y. Montgomery's touches when the veteran returns from injury. Jones rushed for 125 yards on 19 carries, 6.5 yards per carry, and scored a touchdown. Footwork, vision and the burst to get up the field. Share 10H. ESPN stats and information. Aaron Rodgers scrambled on 3rd and -8 kept the game-winning drive alive. Over the last 5 seasons, Rodgers is tied with Cam Newton for the most conversions on 3rd down scrambles. Share 10H. Rob Demovsky, ESPN staff writer. Aaron Rodgers is now 6-2 vs the Cowboys in his career. Those 6 wins are most against any team not in the NFC North. Share 10H. Matt Bowen, ESPN staff writer. Packers WR Davante Adams finished with 7 receptions, 11 targets, for 66 yards and 2 touchdowns. Adams ran a smooth double move in the red zone for his first score and caught the game winner on a ridiculous back shoulder throw from QB Aaron Rodgers. Share 10H Rob Demovsky ESPN staff writer. This is the kind of early season win that can pay dividends down the stretch, and the Packers needed to show they can beat a qualified team on the road after their Week 2 loss at Atlanta. Share 10H Matt Bowen ESPN staff writer back shoulder throw from Aaron Rodgers on the game winner to David Adams. Great adjustment from Adams to finish. And the ball placement from Rodgers was excellent. Can't stop that. Packers get the 35-31 win over the Cowboys. Share 10H Matt Bowen ESPN staff writer zone read scheme on the Dak Prescott touchdown run. With the Packers crashing hard to play the dive to Ezekiel Elliott, Prescott had an open edge. Threw the ball with Jason Witter releasing to block the safety. Share 10H Rob Demovsky ESPN staff writer Damarius Randall's pick six is the first for the Packers since Randall himself had one off Derek Carr in Week 15 of the 2015 season. Share 11H Rob Demovsky ESPN staff writer great awareness by Damarius Randall, but even he said this week that he needs to grow up. Not sure he showed that after the touchdown.
Those 6 wins are most against any team not in the NFC North. Share 10H Matt Bowen ESPN staff writer Packers WR David Adams finished with 7 receptions, 11 targets, for 66 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Matt Bowen ESPN staff writer Packers RB Aaron Jones is up to 104 yards and a touchdown on 16 carries, 6.5 yards per carry. The rookie has displayed really good vision and has the footwork to make defenders miss. Jones is hitting the hole with speed and finding cutback lanes. Share 11H.
Share 10H Matt Bowen ESPN staff writer back shoulder throw from Aaron Rodgers on the game winner to David Adams. Great adjustment from Adams to finish. And the ball placement from Rodgers was excellent. Can't stop that. Packers get the 35-31 win over the Cowboys.
Larry Radloff /Icon Sports Wire Green Bay Packers 11H Rob Demovsky Packers rookie CBing out with concussion on the day the Green Bay Packers got one starting quarterback back from an injury. They lost rookie Kevin King to a concussion in the first quarter of Sunday's game at Dallas.
Share 10H Rob Demovsky ESPN staff writer Damarius Randall's pick six is the first for the Packers since Randall himself had one off Derek Carr in Week
Rodgers
15
strikes
of the
again, the craziest win probability swings of Week 5.
11H Rob Demovsky ESPN staff writer great awareness by Damarius Randall, but even he said
Micro
this week
Emma
that he needs to grow
/AP
up.
Green Bay Packers 2D Rob Demovsky source. WR Adams clears protocol. Could play. Packers wide receiver David Adams has been cleared from the concussion protocol and expects to play against the Cowboys on Sunday, a source told ESPN. The hardest play, focusing on next snap after injuries like David Adams. Teams have learned to power through after big injuries, take down players like the Packers' David Adams, even if everything else tells them not to.
The rookie has displayed really good vision and has the footwork to make defenders miss. Jones is hitting the ball with speed and finding cutback lanes. Share 11H.
Sunday, man. What you think your man Dak gonna do this game, man? Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie, man.
Larry Reid lost /icon sports wire Green Bay Packers 11H Rob Demovsky Packers rookie speaking out with concussion on the day the Green Bay Packers got one starting quarterback back from an injury. They lost rookie Kevin King to a concussion in the first quarter of Sunday's game at Dallas.
See, I can tell you ain't had your mental right. How y'all in the AT&T Stadium, and y'all still can't even get y'all signals right?
See, you want to talk about...
Rodgers strikes again. The craziest win probability
stadiums,
swings
we
of
got
week
better
5.
service and we can't stand y'all drill. I just want to know how you going for Green Bay. And you don't even know how being in the Lambeau
Micro
feels.
Emma /AP Green Bay Packers 2D Rob Demovsky source. W.R. Adams clears protocol.
Okay,
Could
money
play
man. Well, how
Packers
about we
wide
put some
receiver
G's on the
David
line?
Adams
You know I'm
has
a
been
Packers
cleared
fan,
from the
so I always
concussion
got some G's
protocol
on
and
my line.
expects to play against the Cowboys on Sunday, a source told ESPN.
Well, I can think of something greater, because after this we're going to leave with the bread. And y'all team
The
got
hardest
more
play,
holes in y'all
focusing
defense
on
than the cheese
next
on your
snap
head.
after injuries like
Now
David
watch Robert
Adams.
Buzz
Teams
next.
have learned to power through after big injuries take down players like the Packers' David Adams, even
How
if
you a
everything
Cowboys
else
fan,
tells
and all
them
y'all do
not
is
to.
fumble best. Y'all be at the goal line, scared to take another step. I'm Aaron Rodgers at the touchdown. You want to know if this count? Double check.
See, I'm not... As a Cowboys fan, I can't rock with that. Forget your discount. We get double checks and you can roger that.
Speaking of Aaron, man, y'all can't take a day off. You laughing, giving that, because y'all seen what happened.
Good, bro. You chilling? You ready for that game Sunday, man? What you think your man Dak going to do this game, man? Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Jordy Nelson, man. Best receiver in the league,
Offensive
man.
identity could return if that's a big if Packers get healthy. Losing skill position players has hurt the offense, but it's been the offensive line injuries that have been most crippling.
Yo, you a Cowboys fan? Come on, man. You should have known that. See, I can tell you ain't had your mental right. How y'all in the AT&T Stadium, and y'all still can't even get y'all signals right?
See, you want to talk about... stadiums, but we got better service and we can't stand y'all drill. I just want to know how you going for Green Bay. And you don't even know how being in the Lambeau feels. But wait, before I go, here's another fact. Your whole team is discombobulated. Y'all got y'all wide receiver playing running back.
Okay, money man. Well, how about we put some G's on the line? You know I'm a Packers fan, so I always got some cheese on my mind.
Well, I can think of something greater, because after this we're going to leave with the bread. And y'all team got more holes in y'all defense than the cheese on your head.
Now watch what I'm a buzz next. How you a Cowboys fan, and all y'all do is fumble best? Y'all be at the goal line, scared to take another step. I'm Aaron Rodgers at the touchdown. You want to know if this count? Double check.
See, I'm not... with that. As a Cowboys fan, I can't rock with that. Forget your discount. We get double checks and you can roger that.
Speaking of Aaron, man, y'all can't take a day off. You laughing, giving that, because y'all seen what happened.
Offensive identity could return if that's a big if Packers get healthy. Losing skill position players has hurt the offense, but it's been the offensive line injuries that have been most crippling.